brothers, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Today what I want to talk about is subject matter on don't make no woman a wife if she haven't humbled herself to the union of polygyny. Don't make no woman a wife if she haven't humbled herself to the union of polygyny. As a man, you have to understand that a woman have to decide to serve, obey, and respect you as a man under polygyny. This is something that must be dealt with as soon as possible. Because a lot of you brothers, you're getting with these women, and women are pretty much setting the stage, if you will. They're setting the standard of what the relationship will pretty much be like. And if you're not careful, you will fall into a trap. You see, me personally, I don't care how fine a woman is. I don't care how sexy she is. None of that really matters. It matters in the sense that, of course, I would love to have attractive women in my life that are very, beautiful and desirable. All of that is nice. But I'm speaking more in the context of, even if a woman is very attractive, that's not the end all be all. In other words, that cannot secure her as a wife if that woman don't respect me. So if a woman don't respect you as a man and haven't humbled herself to you, nor does she understand her place, her role in terms of serving you, catering to you, following your lead under polygyny, then that woman is not fit to be a wife of yours, or she will have, any success with any man under any relationship, even under monogamy. Because normally when a woman is unable to understand her role in terms of serving and catering and respecting a man, she won't serve or cater or respect any man, even if it was under monogamy. You see, women today got the whole system messed up. Everything is messed up today when it comes to relationships, because most of you brothers, you're so thirsty. You're so thirsty for pussy that you will allow a woman to rule over you. Women today are setting the standards in these relationships, and because men are so thirsty, they're following these women without setting any order. You understand? If a sister doesn't embrace polygyny, you need to leave her alone. Stop getting with women under monogamy. You're setting yourself up for failure, because you're letting this woman know she's the only one and will always be the only one, and you know that you are not built to be with no one woman for the rest of your life. That is a lie. It makes no sense. And every single man will have a desire for more than one woman. It's in your nature as a man to do so. So you trying to take an oath of monogamy as a man is a setup for failure. You're leading this woman on, and you're making her think that you're living a fairy tale. You're selling her a pack of lies. If you tell a woman from the get-go, look, I like you, I want to kick it with you, but I believe in polygyny. Do you want to mess with me or not? It's just that simple. If she don't want to be bothered with you, if she want to come at you sideways, then you just let her go. It's not your loss, it's her loss. You're a righteous man. You're a good man. She just missed her opportunity. At the end of the day, you cannot be thirsty for these women. I keep telling you, brothers, women come a dime and a dozen. Every day you turn around, there's going to be another sister that you can get with. At the end of the day, women outnumber men. You understand? For every man, there's about 25 different women out there. You understand? So you going crazy over this one woman and trying to make her yours by submitting to her and her will and her standards. You have just been emasculated as a man. You have just been emasculated if you allow a woman to do this to you. You see, most of these women today, who don't embrace polygyny, they got serious issues. The problem is most of these women pretty much don't respect men. They've been Americanized, and pretty much every relationship they get involved in always fail. And what's sad about this is no matter how much you try to teach these women the truth, most of them just don't get it. And this is why it's a bad investment to try to make a woman a wife if she don't embrace polygyny. And I'm not just talking about polygyny in terms of a man having more than one wife, but also if she don't respect you, if she don't plan on catering to you, if she don't plan on serving you and understanding her role and the purpose for why she is even considered to be a wife. If she think being a wife is just getting with you so you can take care of her, she need to leave. Because that's not what marriage is about. Marriage is a business. And if I hire a woman to be my wife, best believe she needs to serve this company. If she want to be within my company, within my organization, she got to serve me. She got to make sure that she's doing a great job or she will be replaced. It's just that simple. And if you as a man don't understand how to put your foot down and rule this woman with an iron rod, there's something wrong with you, bro. Something is seriously wrong with you. Have you ever heard a woman say, polygyny isn't for me? It's not for me. They say these things, but yet these women are not virgins. These women don't come to you as a pure virgin who never been with a man. These women been sexually active with other men and expect you to wife them up under monogamy. Think about that madness. That's like buying a used car at full price. This woman been used. She had sex with 10 or 15 different men, may have had 2 or 3 kids, but she's expecting you to make her a wife and be faithful only to her now when she got 2 to 4 baby fathers. Not only baby fathers, but sexually active with previous men before you. Now you tell me, isn't that sharing? Wasn't she shared in her past? These women will say, I don't want to share a man. When women say polygyny isn't for them, what they're basically saying is, I don't want to share your dick with another woman. But what's interesting is her pussy was already shared with multiple men before you got with her. You see, these women only think about sex, and pretty much every relationship they get involved with is only sexual. Because what most women bring to the table, and which is very sad, is just sex. And once you as a brother understand that the majority of women bring nothing but only sex to the relationship, it will cause you now to begin to understand that you are bringing more to the table. Because at the end of the day, polygyny is more than just sex. It's about business. It's about family building. It's about growth. It's about being responsible. It's about 2 women or more working together to take care of the children, the house, the chores, to deal with their husband. For a husband to love his wives and his children, to take care of them, to be a provider, to always have a plan, to be the educator of the house. This is a business. And if women are not trying to get involved with you based on polygyny, you are wasting your time with these women. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. What you're going to end up having is you getting involved with some woman. You're going to get her pregnant. She's going to get tired of you. She's going to leave, and she's going to put your ass on child support. And you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life, kicking yourself in the back, wondering why you got with this sister in the first place. And I'm here trying to help you to avoid that foolishness by understanding that if a woman is not embracing polygyny and she's not open to polygyny, leave her alone. She's a bad seed. She has been Americanized. There is nothing you can do for that woman. I don't care how fine she looks. I don't care how much you desire her. I don't care how much you want her. Don't simp out. Don't bow your knee, and don't allow no woman to emasculate you. Do you understand me? Because this is serious business. This is very, very serious. And a lot of you brothers need to understand that for the most part, these women only think about sex when it comes to you having more than one wife. That's all they see. When they hear about a man having more than one wife, all they think about is you having sex with another woman. But they forget that they had sex with previous men before you. They forget that they have a baby father. They forget that they had a child by 2 or 3 men. They forget all of this stuff. But yet, when it comes to you having more than one wife, they want you to be exclusive only to them. That's madness. That's madness. A man was born with 2 balls. Why? Because he produced sperm. Not for one woman, for multiple women. A man can impregnate 10 women at the same damn time. A woman cannot get pregnant by 10 different men at the same time. She got to have one baby, then she got to chill for a bit, then she can get pregnant again. That tells you right there the order in which things are supposed to be. No woman is supposed to be with more than one man. None. That's why we have so much problems in the black community, because every one of these so-called sisters have 2 or 3 baby fathers, and yet you brothers are trying to get with them to make them your woman, to wife them up. How the hell are you going to wife up a woman with a pile of kids? How are you going to wife up a woman who got 4 or 5 kids by different men? How could you do that to yourself? That's simping. That's crazy. You ought to start with a woman who have no children. And you'll have some sisters, they'll say, well, I as a woman deserve to get with a man that have no children. Show me a man that really have no children. Show me a real active, successful man that have no children. Because technically speaking, a successful man that have children is most likely the kind of man you need to be with as a woman. A man who don't have no children, regardless of how he may feel, is a man who have never been a father. So he don't have a clue what it means to deal with family issues. So if you are a woman, you would want to get with a man who have the experience of being a leader. Most men who have no children would probably feel like, I don't have no children, but I'm capable of being a husband. Listen, just because you have no children as a man doesn't make you husband material. You understand? Because just like a woman, it's the reverse. A woman with a pile of kids by different men is a problem. A man with no children and no experience of being a leader or being a father is a problem. Just because you don't have no children, don't glorify yourself as being like, oh, I'm greater than a man who have children. No, a man who have children, who is on point and doing what he's supposed to do as a man, he is more qualified, more equipped, and more experienced than you can ever imagine. You understand? This is very, very deep. And a lot of people always getting on the woman, and they don't understand that you brothers, you got a lot of problems yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're a brother and you're pushing 40 years old and you don't even have no children yet, that's a question mark. You understand? You are either afraid to get a woman pregnant because you fear that, she's going to put you on child support, or you just don't know how to deal with women, and that's why you just don't have no kids. You understand? Real talk. Because you should have been started a family yourself at the end of the day. When women start families early and they go through the motions of jumping from man to man, baby father, drama, and all this mess, these women making a lot of bad mistakes. You know what I mean? But if you're a brother and you're going all through your life having sex with different women, but you're not getting none of these women pregnant, that's a problem as well. Because you're making women out to be whores because you're running through them. You're just getting sex from them and you're leaving them. You're not making no woman a wife, so who the hell are you to judge a woman? Real talk. So at the end of the day, both men and women got issues. See? But I'm focusing on this video to let brothers know that if a woman is not embracing polygyny, you need to leave her alone. You need to leave her alone as soon as possible. Because these women, they're going to be so concerned about you cheating. Even in monogamy, all women think about is if their man is cheating. That's all they think about. Because everything to these women is sex. All they bring to the table is pussy. That's it. They don't bring nothing to the table. And see, a lot of these women will say, well, I don't support polygyny. A man supposed to only want me for me. First of all, let's understand a few things. Are you catering to your man? No. Are you serving your man? No. Could you provide your man sex every single time he wanted? No. Are you the type of woman who have a high sex drive? No. If you have 2 or 3 kids and you're tending to your kids and your man wants sex, could you provide it? No. If you're on your period, do you provide sex for your man? No. If you're pregnant, could you be able to perform sexually for your man? No. He need another woman. So at the end of the day, are you cooking for your man? Are you cleaning for your man? Are you washing his clothes every day? Are you really serving your man as if though he's your king? Of course not. You're not. So he have a need of another woman. You see? So all of this foolishness about a man just being with you and you only, lady, please sit down. Please sit down, because you're not Superwoman and you can't do everything for a man. That's why they have so many different women in this world. There are more women in this world than men. If there are 20 million women in the world and 10 million men, please explain to me who will marry the other remaining 10 million women if every man is supposed to only have one wife. This is where you women fall short, because you don't understand life. You think life is all about monogamy. You think life is all about if you have a relationship. Well, what about the woman who can't find a man because there are no men available for her, because all of you women are so hooked on monogamy that you think a man is supposed to only be with you and you only? Well, what about her? See, the problem is you're selfish. You're selfish, and because of that, most of you women today are suffering the consequences because you failed in your early youthful years. Instead of you settling down with a decent quality brother, you went out there and you got through your whole phase, you were fooling around, you were doing all sorts of things, and now that you're older, you're wondering why you're single. You're wondering why you're not married. You're wondering why you coming down with all these issues, and why men are not trying to holler at you. It's because you grew old. You grew old, and now the younger sisters are more appealing to you. I mean, more appealing than you. You know, the younger sisters are now more appealing than you. And that's why brothers are going after them. You see, most sisters today will always accuse a man of cheating or, worried about sex when it's under monogamy or polygyny. They'll accuse you of cheating. Why? Because sex is all they see. They don't see the relationship as a business. They don't see it as a union of you both growing with your sister wives and so forth. All they see marriage as is basically a place in which they can have security. That's it. And none of these women are wife material at the end of the day. None of them are wife material. So you brothers, you have to keep things real with these women. You have to understand that a real wife understands purpose. She understands her place, and she isn't trying to control a man's manhood. You understand? If a woman is trying to control your manhood, she pretty much is emasculating you. And that's real. That's crazy. If a woman is trying to emasculate you as a man, you need to leave that woman alone. Another thing you need to be concerned about is, all a wife should be concerned about, to make my point clear, is her man taking care of her, loving her, pleasing her, teaching her, providing for her, and making the family stronger. These are things women are supposed to pretty much be concerned about with their man, you see. But if you as a woman aren't focused on the kids, aren't focused on taking care of the house, cooking, cleaning, pleasing your man, being respectful, honoring him, and looking at him as your husband and your God and king, then you're going to always have problems. You see, all of this, I'm an educated black woman, I'm independent, I don't need a man. You need to get rid of that, because you're never going to be a wife having that mindset. Either you humble yourself as a woman and follow a righteous man, or you will grow old alone and die alone. Polygyny is the standard of marriage. I don't care what anybody tell you in today's day. I don't care what no white man system tell you. The so-called system of monogamy, marriage, is bullshit. At the end of the day, if you are not following a righteous man, you are going to fail. Because if you're following the so-called white man's monogamy bullshit, and if you keep that mindset, you're going to go nowhere. You will only become the type of sister who will just bounce from man to man. You will be miserable. You will go from relationship to relationship, hurts and pains and pregnancies that you didn't even want, and none of these men will be with you. And that's sad. You see, even more sad is women who actually expect a man to pretty much make her a wife and be exclusive only to her when she got like 2 to 4 or 5 kids. That's crazy. That's crazy. And a lot of you brothers, you will simp because you want pussy or because you want a woman to be with you, and you'll settle down with a woman with a pile of kids. That's crazy. So to all the sisters out there, keep hating the truth. Your time is running out. You're growing old, your sexy body is fading, and as you age, most men won't even look your way because they're too busy looking at the younger sisters who are a better option. So keep on keeping on, keep up being stubborn, and keep on being anti-polygyny. I tell you as I stand here today, if you have a man right now, if you have a so-called alleged boyfriend, he got another woman. You may not know, but he got another woman. There is another woman who he is dealing with. If you think that that is a lie, you're living a fantasy. And what's crazy is most of these women that are anti-polygyny, they be the side chick who think they're the main chick. They be the side chick and don't even know it. They're the jump off, but think they're in control. I keep telling these sisters, you as a man, you're in control of the dynamic of a relationship. A woman is supposed to be following you, not you following a woman. So brothers, no matter how fine a woman look, no matter how sexy she look, you have to lay down the ground rules of what you're looking for and what you want. You know what I mean? And if she's not willing to follow you, leave her alone. It's just that simple. So with that said, leave your comments and your feedback and let me know what you think. This is your boy Ringo, Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube that gives brothers real world advice about everyday issues. I'm out. Peace.